Alright, this is the first proper stage, and it's not anything particularly memorable. Most of the problems lie with the first area, and... boy, he's a happy-looking man-child, ain't he? Most of the problems are secreted over the first half of the stage and the pain-in-the-ass mini-boss. You'll notice a pattern emerging here where the principal strategy for most problem areas is simply abusing what little reaction my hands have left, shooting the fuck out of whatever's in front of me before it can think. I used to have no issue with this due to some sort of freaky mutant finger shit involving both thumbs and a German porn star, but somehow that, let's call it a talent to make me feel better, somehow it got lost between before and now, so I'm stuck vibrating the fuck out of the old faithful middle finger instead, which leaves fancy shit like not standing fucking still while rapid firing and being able to perform basic human actions at the same time decidedly more pathetic than they used to be. I suppose is evidenced by this rather humiliating attempt to shoot the fucking mini-boss. Despite the functionless Down syndrome expression on its face, this machine is really the only issue in a filler stage. Now, to totally not justify my slow-ass approach at all, Mandrill is actually a pretty damned unpredictable guy for how easy the battle normally is, and I'll detail the sweet nothings when I reach him, but suffice it to say I was worried about losing enough attempts to bad luck there that I didn't really want to rely on any sort of luck here, and maybe I just sucked terribly or was too lazy to research, but as far as I can tell, riding the walls like I did was a much safer approach than playing possum beneath the mini-boss in the hopes that he'd stay on the ground and let me demolish him quickly. And I was also under the impression, before being knocked down a peg or 5, that I could fire rapidly enough from the wall to end the fight sometime today. Apparently not anymore. About 15 seconds into the second half and you've already seen everything you need to, so fast forward to the boss fight unless my voice is turning you on. This entire stretch is samey filler with a bunch of small enemies and the occasional strain on the trigger finger, which is something I've mentioned enough times to call belaboring the point a euphemism, so I guess what I'll do is bring up the last thing I want made clear, which is that this shit ain't a speedrun like my last 3 were. I make it a point to go fast because it's instinctive by now. Although using the term instinctive to describe anything video game related means you should probably give them a rest for a while. But I'm not going to throw away a segment just because X had to turn around for a split second or I felt like scratching my ass. Once I've got a halfway solid method through a stage that avoids damage, I'm happy as a bleeding clam. Of course, since X1 is practically on wheels as it is, the lack of any need to slow down 95% of the time kinda comes with the territory, so I guess that entire speech was pointless. Am I at the goddamned boss yet? Plainly speaking, this boss is a douche. He can use any attack in any order, and when X moves and jumps like a crippled snail it becomes a problem. If he's kind, he'll spend the entire fight dancing around on the ropes like it's a threat, but more often than not it's like it is now, which is me and him wigging the fuck out. I especially flipped at the end there, but religion was on my side again, so we're clear. Oh yeah, and it's probably fairly evident, but I'm putting 0 effort into this. But again, X1 is so fucking easy that I don't really need to. I think the highest retry count I've had was 10 something, and that was the 3rd Sigma stage. The lizard and the octopus took enough too, I guess. If that sounds suspiciously low for me, it's because I've played through X1 without the dash shitloads of times anyway. Go me, I know. So the framework's there, the planning is almost non-existent except for aforementioned small parts, and so it's really just a matter of not fucking up the dodging. Next up is Boomer Kawanger or Kawanger, however the fuck you pronounce it.